Hello girls and guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to RoboThought's Vision Intelligence on Jetson Nano 0 to Hero series. Alright guys, we are on lesson number 8 and in this lesson I am going to show you how to validate all the packages you install. Every Python library we installed in the previous lessons, right? So probably about 8 to 10 libraries like OpenCV and MatPlotLib, Scipy, Numpy and stuff like that. So now how do we validate those, right? How do we know that whether it's installed properly in your Jetson Nano or not? What is the version and how to import those libraries into your IDE, right? So two things we are going to do. One, in the previous lesson, I showed you how to install Visual Studio IDE on your Jetson Nano. I hope you guys have successfully installed it, and I'm going to show you how to open that and start creating your Python file. Now using that IDE, Visual Studio IDE, I'm going to show you how to import these libraries which we installed and how to check whether it's installed correctly or not. Okay. Alright guys. Now let's go back to our Jetson Nano. I am already logged in and I am already into my IDE. So guys, what all you need to do is once you drag and drop the IDE from code OSS search bar, which I showed you, right? You got to drag and drop it on your desktop, which is here. And then you have to just double click, as simple as that, right? You will get to see this particular window. Let me increase the font size if I can. Yes, I can. All right. Okay. And then what you need to do, guys, you need to click this particular icon, okay, the extension icon. Once you click here, it will take you to the separate bar. Guys, on the screen, on the main screen of the IDE of Visual Studio IDE, you can see the explanation, what to click and what is the hotkeys to press. So typically for this extension, you need to click Ctrl Shift and P. Once you click that, you can see a window open up here, where you need to type select interpreter. Okay, select SELECT, select interpreter, and it will drop down. It will show you Python interpreter, C++ interpreter, Java interpreter, blah blah blah, tons of other things. So you just got to select Python 3 interpreter, not 2.7. okay, keep this in mind guys. You got to select Python 3, not 2.7. so 2.7 is out, it's phased out, so forget about that. So by mistake, if you select 2.7, and that might lead to several other issues, in our journey. So select Python 3.7, whatever it says. That's the interpreter we'll be using. Once you select that, and you are back to this particular screen. So what you need to be doing is create a folder on your desktop. I hope I don't have to show you that. It's pretty easy. Just right click and create a new folder. Name the folder whatever you want. In my case, I just named it as test. Okay, test. Can you see it here? Yeah, test as a folder. So you need to just go to file and then select for the folder from here. Open the folder and that will take you to your Jetson Nano desktop. It will show the location as your folder name, whatever the name. In this case, it is test. And I picked up test, and it will come into your IDE, right? And once you go in here, can you see here? New file and new folder. If you click new folder, it will create another subfolder inside this test folder, which we are not going to touch at this point of time. I am going to create a new file. Okay, there you go, new file. So here, let's name the file as test.py. Remember guys, every Python file should end with .py. You learned this in our previous series, 0 to Hero series of Python on Linux terminals, right? I taught you how to end the file name with .py. Okay, .py, test.py, and then you got to hit enter. As soon as you enter, the IDE will open up a new screen here. That's where you're going to write your scripts, your Python code. Okay, now guys, let's see how do we validate our packages. So this is how you need to do. So let's say import Okay, import. Can you see that your interpreter is working perfectly? So it'll automatically drop. It'll automatically show in the drop down import. It's so easy, guys. It's very easy. Import space sys. That means in your system, in your Jetson Nano system, that is your sys. Okay. Now print open parenthesis and then quote, single quote, Python, and then put a colon. Okay, and then after the colon, let me just delete that parenthesis. Yeah, colon, you got to put two curly bracket. Okay, two curly brackets, and then close the quote, single quote, and then what you got to do, dot format. Okay, and then sys dot version and close the parenthesis again. Okay, so twice you have to close because you already opened it, guys. These things you already learned in the basics, right, which I taught you. Okay, now what you need to do is you got to right click and run Python file on terminal. Run Python file on terminal, and there you go. You should ideally see the Python version which you installed. Okay, let me see. Let me just reduce the font size. I should be able to see it here. Yeah, there you go. Can you see it at the bottom, guys? Okay, so that's how it looks, your output. So once you, one second, let me just adjust this. 1 second, guys. One second, give me a minute. I have to adjust this fonts and screens in such a way that you guys can see what I can see. It's very important. Okay, there you go. Let me now okay, all right, guys, I hope you can see this clear. So there you go. Once you execute the file or this particular line of code, you can see at the bottom, can you see on the terminal? Yeah, this is an inbuilt terminal of your IDE. So it says Python 3.6.9, right? So this is confirmed. You have installed your Python 3.6. Now let's close this. Can you see this particular icon? You need to just click and kill the program. Now let us use the same test file, and I'm going to show you another library. Now let's see. Let's import our Scipy. Import Scipy. There you go, guys. It shows up. So that means it's installed already. You know, Scipy. Now what we need to do? Print open parenthesis single quote Scipy and then a colon and then a curly bracket, open and close curly bracket, and then dot format and then open parenthesis Scipy dot underscore double underscore version double underscore. Okay, now you got to close the parenthesis again. Okay, now let's see. I hope this is installed successfully. No test frame. Let me just check. Let me close this error. Open Python file on terminal. Okay, there you go. Scipy Python format. It doesn't show the version nor any error. That's kind of weird. Ideally, if there is any error, I think it should show up the error on the terminal itself, on your IDE terminal. But in our case, it doesn't show any error. So that means it's installed. Anyways, we can kill this program. This is installed successfully. There's nothing to worry about it. Okay. And let's delete this. Let me delete this. And then let's move on to the next one, which is let's say Numpy. Okay, import Numpy. There you go, it's already there. Numpy, and then print parenthesis single quote Numpy colon and then the curly bracket open and close. Okay, and then dot format and then another parenthesis Numpy dot underscore version underscore and then one more parenthesis. All right, I hope this works. It shouldn't show up any error. Guys, if there is any problem, it will definitely show up an error. If not, it just prints out. That's it. So let's see. Run control. Okay, run Python file on terminal. The print Numpy format version, okay, Python 3.6.9. Yeah, I think it is installed, guys, or else it will show up an error. So it's successfully installed. There is no error. It says print Numpy, okay, the version Numpy, okay, fine, the format version. I think this is fine. There is no error here. So this is absolutely fine. All right, guys. So this is how you check your all your packages, whether it's installed or not. So what I would like you guys to do is follow the same format which I showed you for Numpy and Scipy and our Python, the version. All you need to do is just replace it with the package and run the file, run the program, right click, open, right click, run the program using the terminal, select that and it will execute, right? You can see it at the bottom. So that's the way you check whether your packages are installed correctly or not. All right, guys. So that's it, guys, for this lesson, and I hope you have successfully installed all the packages, and I am going to be back soon with the next lesson where we are going to get more and more deep and start working on each and every packages very soon. All right, guys. Until then, see you. Bye-bye.